Yeah. First live. Live. Your colors. The first slide. Been there, done that. We'll do the ladies first. Yeah. And then we'll bring the gentlemen up. Coming out of the cover campus, and you're not standing in front of you. The monitors are on.
Monitors are up. We have 3 seats that are empty up here.
Good morning, class. What day is it today? What day is it today? Day 5 of the 56th. You could all repeat it probably better than I, but 56th Annual Governor's Cup. Welcome, everybody. This is our 5th and final day. We have one of the best days. We'll ask Andy if he agrees, but one of the best days in the history of the Governor's Cup yesterday. On the water, on shore, the press conferences, the morning show, and so on. But what a great day of racing. Both semifinalists are on 1-1. And today we're going to make this, when Andy gets up here after we do the housekeeping with Christine, et cetera, we're going to have 4 crew up today. The 2 ladies and then 2 gentlemen from 2 of the teams that are in the semis. And without further ado, let's get into the housekeeping today. And please welcome to our stage, as always, in her 10th year as chairman of the BYC Governor's Cup Committee, Christine Driven. Are you well?
I am. How are you?
Never better.
Good. Again, you guys are doing great on the lunch boxes. I am thoroughly, you've set the bar high for everybody who follows you. Tonight, let's do it one more time so I don't have to clean them out and they won't be yucky for next year, okay? We have a perpetual trophy for sportsmanship, the Chet and Glee Purcell Sportsman Award, which is chosen by the competitors, the umpires, and the race committee. So we're gonna call everybody's name, come up and grab one of these and give it to myself or Becky, or leave it on her desk at the before you go out. It's important that you get it before you go out. Okay.
Important.
Important. Your won't count. We are gonna stay in the same boats as yesterday, so we can finish the series in the same boats. And I can read that list off for you so you remember. When you come in today, we're gonna put as many boats over underneath the hoist as possible, and then the extras are gonna come out behind us. Is there anything else, Becky? Nope, okay. So, first up, Callahan, you're in boat 8. Come up. Peterson, you're boat 6. Pinkney, boat 9. Hopper, you are in boat 2. See, Bernal, you are boat 12. Colquitt, you're boat 11. Paul, Max Paul, there you are. You're in boat 1. Torre, you're in boat 4. Coleman, you're boat 5. And Hyde, boat 7. And Rossi and Higgins, you're gonna go out on a boat, the change boat that we had yesterday. Great. I think that's all we have today for myself.
You all set for the prize giving tonight? We'll go right after racing, come in here, you get a little bit of a break. We're aiming for 5 o'clock, right, Andrew?
Yep.
1700.
5 o'clock.
Right, Christine?
Yes.
5 o'clock, we'll do the finals press conference with the 2 finalist skippers. And then we'll roll right into it. The awards all set up and do our usual thing. So thank you, Christine, again, for all you and your 200 plus volunteers do.
And Ryan Jameson,
Have a lower third for Ryan X. Davidson. Mr. X.
All right, good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. I really don't have much this morning. I think we all know the format. We all know what's going on with the racing. We'll finish up the semis and we'll go right into the finals. The 11-12 knockout, I think we chatted about it last night, but the 11-12 knockout, just due to only having less votes now, 4 or 5 matches, we unfortunately have to not sail the 11-12 knockout, so you guys will ride out with the change boat, like Christine just said, and hang out and watch the racing today. As you finish your knockouts, feel free to tie your boat up to a spectator boat out there and just hang out and watch the racing. I think the only one that's off limits would be Adios
and VIP vote.
And the VIP boat. But everybody else, you're welcome to tie it to spectator boats and watch the racing and tune in.
You're only one.
Oh, and don't tie it. It's only one Gov Cup boat to a spectator boat, so don't tie a Gov Cup boat to a Gov Cup boat. The last thing I want to do, I have a lot of the mark set and race committee people here this morning. We've worked very hard this week, and I think it's, I'm very proud of the team that we have. So if you guys can give a quick round of applause, and we'll do it.
Thank you. Damien.
Morning, David.
Good morning, everybody. We'll just go out and do what we do again today, and no doubt you'll go out and do what you do again. Do you have any questions for us before we go? That's great. Well, this is probably the last time that I get to address you all as a group, and I just want to say that we've been really impressed not only with how you guys have been racing out there, but just generally how you've conducted yourselves, how you've engaged with us, how you've engaged with everyone at the club, and it's a real credit to you all and to your clubs that you're representing. So thank you very much for working with us through the week.
Our bosun, Mr. Greg Newman. Is he here this morning? I've seen him. I saw him. Ha ha ha. Yes. Good morning.
Hello. Yeah, just it's going to be a little bit of a repeat. Again, you know, it's Tyler's knots. Everything went swimmingly yesterday. Man, it gets better and more fun to watch every day. It's like, you know, you hope you don't have a breakdown just because it's so exciting to watch you guys. And then we also are running your feet on the boat. And I'd like to thank Dr. Bray. He's done so much for our club for this event. And for me, last minute, I had no boat to use. And he says, my rib's on the way. Tommy will bring it, and as long as he can use it for a taxi service each evening.
Let's ask Dr. Bray while you're doing this. Ask him to come up, please,
Okay?
because he
Dr.
deserves
Bray.
so much credit.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Put him on the window.
Do I keep going, or we just hang out and you want to tell some jokes?
I'm not gonna rat it, Andy.
So, and this gentleman's responsible for a lot of us in our upright position without pain. So thank you very much for that. I know Tyler's on his airplane going back east. We're sailing 12 starting tomorrow, and he or I would not be on there without you. So thank you. But just a couple of quick observations. I've been at this regatta forever, and watching selfishly. I'm looking at Max and Jeffrey. I think they were about this big when I met them, and to see the young man, and you could tell what our sport is doing. When I look at the competitors here, the way everybody keeps themselves, like Damien said it perfectly. I mean, you guys are truly, and ladies, representatives of the club and a terrific upbringing. So I think the sportsmanship this year is going to be difficult. I know it is for me. I agonized over it, writing some things down last night. Again, because I've done so many, I just wanted to compliment everybody. The club members always step up, the volunteers. I got Randy Marino sitting in the back who comes down every morning and every night to fix the boats, do little tweaks. He's smiling, which is, that's hard to see. Oh, he's even laughing. That's almost impossible to ever see. But Randy, thank you for all your work and getting me a bunch of Harkin ratchet blocks and tiller stitches overnight and from Harkin. He's the only one that has that kind of juice. Damien, thank you. Damien, as the chief umpire, we've had a lot, and some of them are here. Absolute fantastic job. Asked me one thing when I got here: what can I do for you? So that made it really terrific, Damien. Really, really appreciate that. Just to repeat what Ryan said, tie up. I'm okay if you tie a boat to a spectator boat and tie one boat. So two GOV Cup boats that has to be tied on the hard point where the spinner block hard point is. You're going to tie a second boat, and no guests, friends jumping off and swimming off, and the crew can stay on the boat if they want. They can get off the boat, but don't have guests or spectators lounging around on the GOV Cup boats. No drinking on the GOV Cup boats. That's right. Okay. That's Christine. And then lastly, I'll say again, Ryan, under the tutelage of Dr. Don Becker, everybody's complimented so much, Tom. I mean, I've again watched Ryan grow up, and the Davidson family is they're amazing people. And he's done such an amazing job that I've never seen the course work this good, where everybody around the course, the pin boat, the gate boats, the weather mark, I mean, it's crisp information, execution, things go quickly and fast. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I hope we can have it like this forever, because it makes all of our jobs a lot easier. So thank you all for coming. If you aged out, we'll miss you. If you haven't aged out, we hope you want to come back and let us know what more we can do to be a better host at the club. Appreciate it.
Doctor, how about a word from you on what you've seen? I mean, you're the prime sponsor. You're a big motivator to all of us, to say nothing of keeping some people physically fit, including Tommy Spithill, including Jimmy Spithill, among others. What is the best thing about this event for you, sir?
I've been very fortunate. I'm not the sailor that all you guys are, but I've been very fortunate to be involved with a bunch of pieces, back from on Team Oracle to the GP to a number of places as the doctor. But what I enjoy most here is that the quality of sailing, the quality of competitiveness, what you see in the starts, it's just unequaled. I mean, this is better than the Cups in terms of the competition and watching them go at each other. So it's a real pleasure to be here, and I'll extend the invitation to any of the GOV Cup members if you ever need my services. Get my email, and send with a few of us have found out that sailing is a full contact sport. So it does happen on occasion, and things get broken besides the boats. So I'm here for you if anybody needs me. A real pleasure to watch you guys, and just overwhelmingly the great attitude that everybody's had. So It's a pleasure to be a part of this.
Thank you. Appreciate it too.
Rob, thank you, Rob.
Anybody have any questions for today, our last day of sailing? No? Okay, with that, I'm gonna hand it over to Andy and Tom.
Andy Rose is going to host again. Andrew, good morning, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christine.
Thank you, ma'am.
And anything to open with before we get into the four crew? We're gonna have two ladies and two gentlemen up today.
Yeah, no, I think I second everything that was said before. It's, you guys are awesome and you ladies are awesome, and it's just, believe it or not, this is actually a bit of work, but it's way fun work. I wish my real job was like this. But anyway, no, thank you. Weather is a little different today. We went from a prevailing southeaster, to a prevailing nor'easter now, which is also not a prevailing wind. So it's just a little light. It's cleared up. I haven't looked at the weather map yet, but hopefully the thermal will come back and we'll have some sou'westers today. But we'll see. And the committee has done a great job of getting all the races in. So, and what an exciting semifinal.
Indeed. Terrific stuff here, and this is the final morning show. We'll be out doing live racing coverage again today. We went almost 5 hours yesterday live. How about Chris Bretschker and his 20-member GOV Cup TV team? It's down on audio. What a job. They have done again this year, and really, I guess it's our 10th or 11th year. I guess it's formally our 10th year of doing GOV Cup TV. Thank you. Today we're going to invite two crew, two ladies and two gentlemen. Let's start, ladies first, from the Royal Sydney Yacht Squadron, Brooke Wilson. Come on up, Brooke. And Matt Paul. Good morning, Brooke. And also joining us on stage will be Alex McCoy, sailing with Morgan Peterson from the Newport Harbor Yacht Club. Good morning, Alex.
I doubt you guys have had any time to see our, video yesterday, but I can tell you that a lot of the talk was the cruise. There's some maneuvers out there, as you know, that while the skipper would like to say that it's all his or her, thing, without the crew work, with some of the maneuvers, the jives, the, lured mark roundings, they wouldn't be doing as well as they are. So we have two, I believe the only two women.
Only two ladies.
Only two women. We generally actually have more, but how is it to be around all these sort of ugly dudes here? Alex, start with you.
It's good. It's really interesting. But I'm enjoying myself.
I think we talked earlier. She's going to run for something eventually. She's very politic. That's good. Yeah, diplomatic. So you're sailing for Royal Sydney. I assume that it's a little disappointing on how you're doing. I think you wanted to do better, but this is a tough fleet. I mean, we noticed that with as close as it was up till the end. Is this your first time here?
Yeah, it's my first time here. I think we had a pretty hard first 2 days, so it was a bit hard to bounce back from that. I was a bit sick at the beginning of the event, so feeling a lot better now, which is good. I guess I wish there was more girls around at this event, but it's good to have at least two. So. Yeah.
Well, you may not be aware. We have had a female winner way back, Giselle Kamei Nienhuis, who won, and then Celia Leitinen from Finland should have won the round robin. The last day was blowing too hard, and they just didn't have enough weight, basically, in the finals. But we've had a number of female sailors. Claire Costanza, our commentator on the roving boat, was a 3-time Governor's Cup thing with an all-female crew and did very well. She got second in the Hardy Cup in Australia, and so it's happening. And I can see from the results of the Australia-New Zealand regattas in particular that there are more and more women showing up as both skippers and crew. So it has to, I think, happen organically like that, but it's happening. And then I think we mentioned, I know we mentioned because it's Stanford, but Stanford won the Intercollegiate Championship this year with 3 female sailors, 3 female skippers, which has never happened in the 77 years of the Intercollegiate Sailing Association. So it's happening. It's happening. So what? Let me continue with you for a second. There were a couple situations where we saw that, the spinnaker didn't quite come down and everything. How's Max when those kind of things happen?
Well, we actually looked at the live replay when we got in, and I think there was a bit of a mix-up with what the yelling and screaming was about. Campbell was actually on the bow and was in pain, and he was screaming. But we think the live replay thought it was actually Max. So Max is actually very good at keeping his calm most of the time. In that instance, it was Campbell that was making all the noise.
I can see Max was very emotional. He's back there in tears right now. But, well, I'm sorry for the...
Hey, Max, stand up. Let's get you.
Max Paul.
Max Paul.
You won't need too much luck, and we'll see him next year if you watch the Olympics. So good luck with that, Max. Good, because I have never ever yelled on a boat ever. As I always said, when I was a technician, I was not yelling at the other boat. I was telling them what was expected of them. So, and how about the camaraderie among the crew and with you guys?
I think it's good. We're a new team. I met Morgan this Sunday for the first time ever. So,
You regret that Sunday?
No, I don't. And so there's definitely things we have to work on, but every day we've gotten a lot better and have fine-tuned what we need to work.
So is the 4 people on board working out well, do you think?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. It really is an extra pair of hands, but that's just one more person, so. Well, great. Well, thank you guys very much, and I'm sorry there are only 2 women here, but there will be more, I guarantee it. And great job, keep it up. All right?
Okay, and next up are our final panelists. This is our GOV Cup morning panels, and it feels like a news show. It feels like Fox News.
No, we tell the truth.
Mitchell Callahan sailing with his brother Justin, his twin brother, from representing the Biscayne Bay Yacht Club, and Enzo Mendito sailing with Jeffrey Peterson representing the Balboa Yacht Club.
Well, this is going to be fun to talk to both of you, but we'll start with Mitchell, Big Money Mitchell, I guess is anyway, we'll start with you because it's always fun to talk to twins, and we've had a number of twins actually in the Governor's Cup over the years. So how is it with the this is the athletic one, but unfortunately that means he has to crew. So Justin gets to steer. How is it sailing with your twin brother? You've done it a lot. You've sailed against him a bit.
Yeah, we have a joke in the family. I'm a little more coordinated and athletic than Justin is. But, I've sailed I-420s with him for 5 or 6 years, Club 420s as well. He's extremely talented. I'm literally happy to do whatever he wants of me anytime. I feel lucky to be able to sail with him. So not much has really changed since we were younger. He barks an order, I follow it. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool to be able to sail with your twin brother. It's definitely a special bond. And I feel grateful.
Boy, are you a good brother. I was hoping for some dirt.
Andrew, may I ask, who is the elder of the 2?
Justin by 10 minutes.
That is such a cliche twins question. Come on.
Well, yeah.
All right, Enzo.
I have to ask.
So you're the newbie on Jeffrey Peters' crew. As you may have noticed, Max and Jeffrey have been at this for a while. First, how is it? I heard nothing but compliments from Jeffrey about both you and Max. We don't know you as well because you are a newbie, but so we expect to hear that of Max. But Jeffrey said, among other things, that you were pretty much getting every shift right and stuff. So how is it to sail on that team?
Yeah, being new, it's always going to be hard at the beginning, but Jeffrey and Max have been both beautiful to help me through all the maneuvers, and we've just been grinding really, really hard for the past few weeks, trying to get everything good, and I think it's showing off so far.
Well, one of the reasons we talked about crew, on air yesterday was that, there's still a few screw-ups here and there, but for the most part, the crew work is flawless. So you guys get up to the weather mark close to their boat, both chutes immediately pop out and they're perfectly trimmed. It's really impressive to see this, especially because, 8 of the teams had not sailed these boats. And I'm incredibly impressed. So how much talk is there on the boat? Once you get out of the starting line, how much talk is there on the boat?
I would say it's basically nonstop. I'm always trying to keep the boat as talkative as possible with the shifts and what I'm seeing. And then if there's any time there's like a lull in the conversation, we'll start joking around just to keep it lighthearted and not be too intense on the racing, just to keep it fun, you know?
All right. Well, the Irish guys, you remember the first night I asked them, Monday night, I asked them to tell an Irish joke. And they said, well, we actually have lots of Irish jokes, we just can't tell them up here. So you may want to talk to them, they may give you a couple jokes to tell in the lulls. Yeah, as if there were lulls out here. You had, obviously a great first race. Actually, both Morgan and Jeffrey's team had great first races and won by a substantial margin and then lost the second one. What do you think, what was the difference between the first and second?
Well, I'm sure both us and Justin, we both really wanted the left, so we were fighting hard to get that pin spot. And it's like Justin said earlier, where they were just able to, they had enough gauge to stay on our hip and got that little righty.
Yep.
Else to lay line.
Yeah, we noticed that. I mean, we're up high on Adios, and we noticed that, oh, look at that. Justin's got a bit of a righty there and really lifted off you guys, and that was sort of it. It's a cliche again, as long as we're on cliche, but it's a game of inches, and so just little things like that. But again, back to the crew, fair enough. So Justin leads. If that spinnaker set had been screwed up, they would have been behind, and so the crews are crucial. We should give them more credit. Don't you agree, Cruz?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have much more for you guys. I think you're both going to have a heck of a day today. We can hardly wait to get out there and watch, and it'll be fascinating.
Sweet.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you.
Andrew, anything else?
I think I'm just excited to get out there, and I will look at the weather map and stuff. This is definitely a change in weather. This is not the marine layer anymore. These look like alto cumulus clouds, and it's definitely signaling a bit of a change. So hopefully it's a good change. All right.
Thank you.
We'll see you. The finalists stand by tonight for the press conference. Other than that, have a good time out there, and then we'll all meet at the reception afterwards.
Andy Rose, Golf Cup Steering Committee Chair. And for all of you watching, thanks. You've been with a great audience online. We haven't been able to go to the comments. We will today during the live racing, which starts, you can see on the slide, at 11:30. Again today, we'll be out with Chris Fletcher and Colin Adios. Andy, Matt Whitfield, myself, Tommy Spithill, Claire Costanza, doing the live commentary. We have great drone footage, 3 drones this year. We hope you can join us for that, for our next show today, our final live racing show today at 11:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, which is 11+7, is 18:30 UTC. Thank you very much for joining us. Thanks to Jesse, to Rob, to all of our onshore TV gang. And we'll see you tonight, back on shore after the racing. Back tonight here for the prize giving and the press conference before the prize giving at 5 p.m. Thank you very much.